J. Christian Adams is the president of the Public Interest Legal Foundation. He joins us this morning. Christian, thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting up with us.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me.
This is a nationwide problem, but your organization has uncovered some very troubling information. What kind of stuff are we talking about here?
Well, the worst is Nevada has just monstrous numbers of people registered at commercial addresses, meaning like strip clubs, gas stations, liquor stores. And if it was any other state, I'd be less concerned. But the problem, as you know, in Nevada is all these places are going to get ballots in the mail automatically, like Larry Flint's Hustler Club down near the Strip. Liquor stores all around Las Vegas are going to be automatically mailed ballots where these people are registered to vote, even though they don't live there, and that's a problem.
Christian, let me ask you, how many other states have mail-in balloting the way we do, where everybody gets a ballot?
Yeah, pretty much nobody. I mean, Oregon is close, but nobody else does this because it's the worst way to run an election. I mean, it truly, if you were trying to design the worst possible system, you would do what Nevada has done, and that's have dirty voter rolls and automatic mail ballots.
Is it a Clark County problem? Is it a statewide problem? What are we looking at here?
It's statewide. We have lawsuits in Washoe County and Clark County asking for an order for these local election officials to look at this problem. In other words, it's not just confined to Las Vegas, but it's statewide. And the problem is that people are registering to vote where they don't live. People are registering at a Sonic drive-in out in Henderson, okay? There's somebody registered to vote there at the Sonic. There's somebody registered to vote at a nearby oil change store. There's somebody to register to vote in Henderson at a auto parts store. And so we visited these places. The voters don't live there. But in Nevada, there's going to be ballots mailed to these locations.
And I've seen video that your organization has put out, which is incredibly damning as far as documenting that these people don't live there. Nope, doesn't live here. Never. He died 6 months ago. Oh, okay. That's got to be troubling.
Well, that's exactly why we brought the lawsuit, and that's exactly why we're hopeful that a court will at least get the process started of fixing this. But not surprisingly, actually it is surprising, the Nevada Secretary of State has intervened in the case, or tried to intervene, to preserve the bad status quo, which I was shocked by. I thought the Secretary of State would come in on our side to be in favor of fixing the problem, not preserving the problem. And sure enough, I was wrong. And for some reason, your Secretary of State in Nevada is more interested in preserving the broken system than fixing the broken system.
The two lawsuits here in the state of Nevada, how different are they? How similar are they?
They're very similar. All that's different is the location and the scale. Clark County is a lot worse than Washoe. Thousands of ballots are going to go to commercial addresses in Nevada where the voter doesn't live. They don't live at the 7-Eleven. They don't live at the liquor store. They don't live at the head shop. They don't live at the Sonic drive-in. They don't live at the office park. But in Nevada, because the system is so broken, they're going to get ballots unless this gets fixed.
116 days to Election Day, early voting earlier than that. What is the legal remedy you're looking for, and can it help with the integrity of the vote in this election cycle?
Yeah, it's real simple. The government, the election officials, should do what the Public Interest Legal Foundation did and go figure out that these people don't live at these locations. They are gone. They shouldn't have been registered there in the first place. You're not allowed to register at a Sonic drive-in in Nevada to vote. You're just not allowed to do it. You have to register to vote where you sleep at night, where you live, not where you go flip hamburgers. And that's the problem, is all they got to do is do what we did and figure out there's a problem and fix it.
I know that in an earlier senatorial election, Catherine Cortez Masto won by 8,000 votes. 8,000 votes in a U.S. Senate race. And I guess my question is, are we talking about, in these two lawsuits, are we talking about a handful of folks? Are we talking about hundreds? Are we talking about thousands of votes?
Yeah, when you look at the problem across Nevada, you're talking about way more than made the difference in the U.S. Senate race. That's for sure. There is a widespread problem in Nevada of people registered at commercial addresses where they don't live and where ballots are going to be automatically sent if the problem isn't fixed.
And what is the legal remedy that you're looking for? Are you suing them for money? Do you want information? Exactly what are you looking for?
Action. We're looking for action. We're asking for a mandamus, which is Latin for do something. And we're asking for these election officials to do what the Public Interest Legal Foundation did and go figure out the guy at the Keno parlor doesn't live there. He doesn't live. No one's heard of them, by the way. You can see the video at publicinterestlegal.org where we go into these places and we say, hi, we're looking for Joe Smith. And they're like, who? And we say, well, he says he lives here. He's registered to vote here. They don't have any idea what you're talking about. There is no Joe Smith at these addresses. And we want the government to replicate what we did and take action.
J. Christian Adams joining us, the president of Public Interest Legal Foundation. What is your organization? What is the mission statement?
Yeah, we're a charity, a C3 charity, public interest law firm that fights in court and out of court to preserve the rule of law in elections. We do it all over the country. Nevada just happens to be a place we're focused on because the problem is so bad there. It's really, honestly, this is not hyperbole, okay? Even when I do interviews in Boston, on Boston radio, I say Nevada is the worst state in the country for this. Even when I'm doing interviews in other states, I say Nevada's got a disaster on their hands with their automatic mail voting.
Let me ask you, other states have problems with their integrity of the vote. I guess my question is, do you worry about nationwide the integrity of the vote from coast to coast?
Less than I do in Nevada because they don't have automatic mail balloting where all the registered addresses get ballots sent to them. I mean, truly, if you wanted to collapse the system, that's what you would do, is you'd have dirty voter rolls and every single one of those dirty entries get a ballot sent in the mail. I mean, there is no worse way to run an election than what Nevada does. And look, if you had a Secretary of State who said, you know what, I'm going to team up with you guys to fix this, I would feel a little bit better. But when the Secretary of State fights to fight us and fight cleanup, that's when you know the watchdog is not watching. It's up to these outside groups like us to come in and do it. But it should be the Secretary of State in Nevada who cares more than a Virginia charity in fixing the problem in Nevada.
When can you get in front of a judge? We got 116 days till Election Day. And is there any remedy that can be done right now in the next 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
Yeah. We already have a hearing set in Nevada for, I think, August 28, if I'm not mistaken. So the court in Clark has set a hearing date, and hopefully the clerk in the court in Washoe will do something similar.
And does the remedy have anything to do with being able to say we're not going to be sending out these ballots to everybody in commercial locations? I mean, is that something the court could order?
I hope it doesn't come to that. What I hope happens is the county election officials go take a John over to the Sonic to get a milkshake in the next couple of weeks, like we did, and go ask for the registered voter and find out very quickly that registrant doesn't live at the Sonic. I mean, that's the answer here, is to use the time to fix the problem, not to try to stop us like the Secretary of State did and cover up the problem by fighting us over this. I mean, can you imagine 30 years ago if a Secretary of State of Nevada learned that there's thousands of registrants at commercial addresses improperly in Nevada? Can you imagine 30 years ago the Secretary of State saying, no, I want to preserve this broken system? I mean, that's how crazy partisan this stuff has gotten, that now they're on the other side. They're in favor of keeping the fracture.
And if the court kicks the can down the road, do you worry about the integrity of this vote coming up on November 5th?
Of course I do. I worry about the results of the last Senate election, and where Adam Laxalt was winning on election night, and it turns out after all these mail ballots came in, Adam Laxalt was no longer winning, because we know that 90,000 mail ballots got lost. We did a report on that a year ago. We know that thousands of ballots went to improper commercial addresses in that election. Of course I'm worried, but that's why I have faith in the judicial system in Nevada, in the judges in Nevada, in the county election officials to be honest brokers here, hopefully, and do something about it before the election.
The one thing I worry about more than anything is that this bizarre idea of mail-in ballots, and you can send them to commercial locations, that's going to spread to other states. Are there other states that are contemplating such a move?
Well, as far as I can tell, our reports on Nevada losing 90,000 ballots and all the disasters associated with mail voting has kind of put the brakes on the idea. You guys out there are the last victims, it seems, where other states realize it's a mess, that you have to be very careful, like Oregon more was when it came to mail voting, where they implemented over the course of years. In Nevada, it was like a feeding frenzy. It's like, oh, let's switch to the most radical system possible that, the groups are telling us to do in the legislature. That's what happened in Nevada. And I think that story of the disaster, and that is what it is, by the way. I mean, the data are the data. The numbers are the numbers as far as lost ballots, canceled ballots, screw-ups, commercial addresses. Other states have said, no, Nevada's made a mistake. We're not going to repeat it.
Christian, if people want to help you in this mission, I think what you do is so amazing. You and your organization are so amazing. How can they help you out?
Well, go to publicinterestlegal.org, publicinterestlegal.org, and watch the Nevada video. I mean, my goodness, you can see our trips into the casinos looking for the voter. And guess what? We never find.
You never find a voter, do you?
Nope, they don't live there.
They died. They died 6 months ago. I saw that video. You got to see the video, folks. You got to see the video. And where do they go again to see the video?
publicinterestlegal.org.
Christian, thanks for fighting the good fight. Keep it up. Keep us posted on the legal stuff coming up in August, because that's going to be vitally important to what happens 116 days from now. Thank you so much, my friend. Always good to get with you.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
J. Christian Adams, the president of Public Interest Legal Foundation, joining us.